It was up 3 in the morning.
Hello, Melanie. How are you?
Memory. Memory.
Hi, Anne Marie. I can't see. Give me just a couple seconds. I'll be right there.
Uh-oh, there it comes.
But give me just a couple seconds. Give me a couple seconds. I'm almost there. I thank you guys so much. Andrew, how are you doing? Mom of an angel. Michelle Wolf, how are you doing? Melody, again, I am so sorry. Spirit Stalker, how are you? Hey Marie, how are you doing? I'm hoping you all are having a wonderful night. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. I really do hope so. Let me go on ahead and give you my acknowledgement. So I want to start off by saying hello, Michelle Wilcox.
Acknowledge me.
Andrew.
Acknowledge me.
Spirit Stalker.
Acknowledge me.
Melanie.
Acknowledge me.
Hey, Marie.
Acknowledge me.
I'm hoping I did not miss anybody. If I did, I do apologize. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are so wonderful. If you could, I'm hoping you can. Please share us out. We would appreciate that. And please make sure you hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate that also. But we most importantly appreciate you for being here. And I'm gonna read some of the chat here. Avery says, starving, didn't get food stamp. You know what? We've been trying to get a hold of you. You have won our contest, but we don't have your address. So
You have a $10 Chick-fil-A.
I have a
card.
$10 Chick-fil-A card that's still sitting here. I have sent the other, everybody should be getting them hopefully sometime this week. They should be coming in. But I got your gift card sitting right here. It's $10. I mean, it's a gift card. You did win, and I don't want to cheat you out. So if you can, okay, that's your Gmail. Okay, I will take that down. As a matter of fact, let me write that down now because I know me, I will forget. And I will tonight look up look up your address, and I will send it to you. Hey, buyers, 2008 at Gmail. Okay, got it. Thank you. Andrew said, you know what, Andrew, you're another address. You have won something too, and I don't have your address. So if you want to DM me or message me on Messenger, send me your address. That would be cool. Or send me your email, and then I'll email you, and then that way you can send me your address that way. You know, so you are another one that did get something. And you're very welcome. You are very welcome. Andrew said, I was thinking of running to the store and get a cake for dessert. Hey, get some and eat a piece for me.
Hey,
Yes. Let's see. But I'm hoping that you guys had a great night. Wonderful, wonderful night. Boondock Mojo, how are you doing?
Acknowledge me.
You have been acknowledged. Yankee Kyle.
Acknowledge me.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, like I said on the title, are there dogmen in Ohio? We, by chance, just so happened I was going through YouTube, because that's all we ever watch is YouTube. And a video came up on my timeline about dogmen in Ohio. And you hear about dogmen in Michigan, you hear about dogmen in other places, but not Ohio. Pam Syme, how are you doing?
Acknowledge me.
And that's your okay. Let me write that one down. That's Andrew right there. Give me a second here. Jason Finch, I will acknowledge you.
Acknowledge me.
Everyday Treasures.
Acknowledge me.
Give me a second here. I'm gonna get down Andrew's real quick here. Actually, I'm slow at it.
better up for those fun.
35, 25,
35, 27.
27 at Gmail. Okay. All right. So I will get to you also. Keith, how are you doing? And let me acknowledge Keith.
Acknowledge me.
Troll Slayer.
And oh, Kevin is here, the Troll Slayer.
Acknowledge me.
What is up? And Keith, I am so glad you're here because I want to show this video. It's not very long, but we just learned that there is dogmen in Ohio. And it tripped us out because it's like in two cities that we lived in, they were spotted there. We used to live in Youngstown, Ohio, and we didn't live in Norton, but it's just like a couple minutes outside of, which is still Akron, but it's just a city
I
or
lived in
a
Barberton.
township called Norton Township, which is inside of Barberton.
And I lived in Barberton.
And Jen
I went
lived
to
in
high school.
Barberton. And there was dogman sightings there. And so I'm like, wow, people are actually coming out talking about it. And I thought that was really cool. So what I decided to do, I wanted to share this video with you that we watched. And it's amazing. I put the wrong one over there. It is just amazing how so many people have seen this. And that's why I'm so glad that Keith is here because
Knowledge, Eddie and Jen.
Yes,
Everyday treasure.
everyday. Yeah, you were acknowledged. So I want to share this video with you guys. Let me start it from the beginning here.
You said Youngstown, Ohio, the old TA truck stop area loves and truckers with truck stop.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
very true.
Hi, Adventures with Beth.
Adventures with Beth,
see-
how are you doing? Christina, how are you doing? I'm gonna acknowledge you both in a second here. I want you guys to check out this video, and then um I want Keith to come up because I want to talk about this video also. And then Christina, you too. So I want to share the audio. So let me go here, and then we're gonna go. How did I get that mixed up? That's not even supposed to be that, but that's okay. And I'm gonna share, oh yeah, share sound. And check this video out and let me know what you guys think.
Here in Ohio, Dogman sightings have been increasing. Today, I'm going to tell you about 3 recent Dogman encounters and show you pictures. One of them is my story from this summer. Ohio is a hotbed for cryptid activity. We are investigating cryptids like the Dogman, Grassman, Bigfoot, and other creatures. We are launching a new Facebook group titled Ohio.
Now that's a new one also, Grassman. I never heard of that until just now. I didn't pay that no attention. But I'm gonna leave the link to this YouTuber in the comment box. Or actually not in the comment box, but in the description box. I'm gonna leave the link to his because he's got a lot of videos. And as you see, he's starting the Ohio Cryptid Researchers, which is gonna be on Facebook groups.
Ohio Cryptid Researchers, where we will post our research and discuss everything cryptid, supernatural, UFO, and other topics of high strangeness.
Also, don't forget to like and subscribe this channel.
I caught that, Everyday Treasures. I was a grassman for many years. I never had. Only grass I had was the grass I cut. Just saying.
I have personally recorded sounds of these creatures in my many investigations. Now I have a photograph. Let's dive into the strange world of cryptid creatures, most specifically, the Dogman. My story begins on a beautiful day on August 1st, 2023, in Cuyahoga County, which is in northeast Ohio. I was hiking in a local park. The sun was out and the temperature was warm. I had been on the trail for just about 20 minutes. Just then I heard a loud sound of something big banging around in the bushes, not more than 100 feet from me. This did not sound like a deer, as I have heard many of them. This was something different. I could not see what it was, and could only hear it. I had my cell phone with me and turned on the camera and started taking pictures in the direction of the sound. After I took 5 or 6 pictures, I hastily hiked back to my car.
That's what it is.
Sometime later, I decided to look at
I know
the
that.
pictures I had taken.
Oh yeah, thank you.
When I looked
Yeah, I
at the
was
first
raised
one
in Ohio my
and
whole
zoomed in
life.
on
I
it,
ain't never heard.
I was shocked.
I never even heard of it called like that. Andrew said the Ohio Grassman is another name for Ohio Bigfoots. Ohio's where they got the T-Rex scream from a huge alpha male Bigfoot. See, I never knew that.
I didn't know that either. I'm raised my whole life in Ohio.
And Everyday Treasure said Ohio has all kinds of crazy things going on. You got that right. It sure does.
Looking right at me from the bushes was an all-black canine with pointy ears. I've been back to that exact spot where I took the picture. The area where the Dogman was is in a briar patch. The ground slopes down at least 4 to 5 feet back there, so this creature had to be pretty tall. And when I researched the moon phase for August 1st, it was a full moon at 100%. The next encounter takes us to Hocking County on May 19th, 2023 in southeastern Ohio. My good friend and fellow researcher Rich McCandlish was researching in an area called the Pit. I will let him tell his story.
What did it do? Go hot to it?
I was down here at
No,
the
why
pit
they
on May
do
19th.
I don't even know.
I knew I should have came with somebody else here, but I came alone. And when I got in the parking lot, there was one car there. So I thought, okay, well, there's a car here. So it'd be safe to go down because there's other people here. And so I went down, hoping that time they were down there, time I'm down there, we'll take a look around, and time I'm done, they'll be done. We'll both walk out. You know? And well, when I was down there, they left before I did, and before I knew it, I was over at the creek looking down across this bend up on the bank, and I heard something behind me. I was like, is that a coon or just a possum or something? And I turned and looked, and I didn't see anything. And the second time I turned, there was nothing. And I thought, well, I'll just wait here and I'll just turn my tablet on and then wait to hear it again. And when I did, I reached down and grabbed my tablet. I put it up against my chest, and I stood up and I turned around. Just when I turned around, right on the creek bend, right there behind the shrub, I didn't even look at him. I didn't even see him when I first turned around. I heard the noise behind me, so I turned around and just went snap, took the picture, and then when I looked to the left a little bit, I saw him stand there, and I just went, oh. I just turned back around. I just laid my tablet back on the ground, and waiting for him to attack, but he didn't. I waited and waited, and they had turned around, and he was gone, and I didn't even hear him leave. Just took off.
On May 19th, there was a new moon with 0% illumination. A week ago, I was able to sit down with my friend, Matt Emsch. He had his own terrifying Dogman encounter in Youngstown, Ohio, in an abandoned steel mill with 3 of his friends when he was only 14 years old.
I did too.
He also runs a Facebook group and YouTube channel named Planet 412. I asked Matt what he thought Dogman was. What do you think Dogman is? Do you think it's supernatural or flesh and blood?
You know, that's a slippery slope for some people. So with my experience, I 100% believe that it was supernatural. I think there's 2 kinds. I think you have your natural ones, the ones that you hear these experiences where the government has even called them their assets. I'm sure you've heard these before. I forget the one gentleman who drove the semi that shot one through his car door and killed it. He came back and one was pulling it back into the woods. He was approached by federal agents and they said, you destroyed one of our assets. Many other stories about governments and that. So I believe that there are supernatural kinds that may have been killed. Government does their DNA, mojo on them, and they've come up with something else, or there's just, again, there's 2 kind of facets to these things.
The third encounter happened in Ross County on April 25th, 2021. Mike Irwin was hiking with his cousin and his cousin's girlfriend in the Scioto Trail State Park, which is part of the Buckeye Trail. The day was fairly warm and sunny, around 67 degrees. About 3/4 of a mile into their hike, Mike's cousin wanted to go up on the ridge to the left of them and look around. They were in a deep valley, so they had to do a steep climb. They were almost to the top when they heard 2 loud cracks and a deep growling sound. When they looked in that direction, they saw a tall tree falling in their direction from the opposite hillside. They all started running down the hill and up the other hill. They located the tree that had been pushed over, but did not hear anything walk off. Mike started taking pictures in a full circle around him. They looked at the ground around the tree and found canine prints all around it that were as big as Mike's hand. They left the area, and when Mike got home and looked at his pictures, he noticed what he had captured. The moon phase that day was waxing at 96%.
The underworld.
These stories are real. Do not take any chances in the woods. Always be aware of your surroundings.
What?
People
That
go
looks like a
missing in
tree.
the parks all over this country.
Yeah, I don't even see that.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Stay tuned for our full-length documentary coming out.
I wanted to share that with you because I just thought it was a trip, first of all. And I never thought that there would be anything in Ohio.
Look
Like,
like it.
of all places.
Look at the cat.
Looking at our cats.
Really? Seriously? Right. Listen.
And I want let me do this first because I want to bring Keith up because Keith had another experience just recently. And so and Christina, if you see that, I want you to grab that also. But the link to this video is going to be in the description box. So I will put the video there. And oops. No, I don't want to do that. Where do I? Because I cannot see. I have one eye. I should not have enlarged it, but no.
Yeah, next year.
Never mind. Let me see if I do it this way. There. Okay. I wanted to share that video though because I just thought that was weird. You know, there was somebody I didn't give acknowledgement to. Who is it that I missed?
Troy Slayer and
No, I told him I was gonna. I know Mom of an Angel is one.
Acknowledge me.
There you go, Mom of an Angel. I am so sorry. And I know there's another one. And I just thought that was weird though, because when we do happen to go back to Ohio, there's a couple other people that I'm gonna try to get a hold of and see if they would like to share their story with us also. Because I just thought that was you don't hear about things like that in Ohio. Like Keith had told us about Michigan, and I've heard it from other people, different cities, but you really don't hear about nothing in Ohio.
Adventures with Brother.
Oh, Adventures with Beth. This is for you.
Acknowledge me.
There we are. Before I talk to Keith, I want to read some of the chat here. Andrew said Ohio definitely has Bigfoot in lots of places, and I just found that out that you are right. There is. He said I ran into some cryptids in the new truck down there in Texas on I-20, just leaving the truck stop, not even 20 minutes before dawn, there in Lorain, Texas, on the west side of I-20 mile marker 224. And Lorain, Texas is the one place I do want to go visit also because there's a lot of paranormal stuff that goes on there. So I would not be surprised. Beth said North Carolina has Dogmen too.
It's hers.
Oh, you know what, Christina? You want to grab that? That's on the link right there and in the chat. If you grab that, let me know you grabbed it, and then I'll take it off. And I'll acknowledge you.
Acknowledge me.
There, you have been acknowledged. Keith, how are you doing, sir?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, and I'm glad you told me you had an experience. I want you to share that experience with us.
Actually, it's not really a lot to report. However, I think it was like a couple weeks ago. I was out in that area. You remember where I sent you that video of that sacrifice house, and it was all creepy as get out?
Yes.
The atmosphere is getting real thick in there right now. I was actually going to go down in there yesterday and do an investigation, but my leg had other plans, so I'm going to have to put the kibosh to that until hopefully next weekend. But the atmosphere is crazy thick, and I'm definitely not one of those people that are like mind over matter where you say ghost and you get all creepy and spooked out or anything like that. I'm not like that.
Right.
But there was something in there, and Lauren and I, we were just in a car and we went down by that one area again. And I was like, man, we're being watched. And Lauren picked up on it as well. And it just had this creepy feeling. And she walked between these two trees. Jason the Finster, hello, buddy. But she walked between these two trees and got a very weird energy out of it. And she's not into that type of stuff, but she really picked up on it there. And when we were getting ready to leave, we were just getting ready to head out. And I turned to the left to go up by that house again. In the rearview mirror, I caught what I thought was the quick movement of one of them black ones again.
Really?
I'm like, oh hell no, like that. And I started backing up, and of course the backup camera came on and stuff like that. So I was watching, and we actually drove down by where this was, and it got away from me. However, like I said, the feeling of being watched was insane, overwhelming. I haven't felt like that in a long time. So what I'm thinking is they are back in the neighborhood. And as of today, earlier today, the dogs decided to take the wife and I out for a walk, and we went out to that Indian Springs. Now, that was where I had the one situation where there was something. It looked like a made structure of some sort, and I don't remember if I told you guys about it, but a few years back I went by this thing, and there was something inside of it trying to get me to come closer to it. Okay, and the only set of tracks that was going into that was through the snow, and they were about 10 feet off the trail, like something had jumped and cleared it, but it was clearly bipedal in from what I could tell.
Right.
So it's that same area, and we were walking by this field line today. I mean, it was, what is it? It was probably about 2:00 today, so 1:00 your guys' time.
Right.
And man, for probably maybe 1/8 of a mile or so, easy, there was something just in the brush line, and you can't see 10, 15 feet into this.
Right.
And there was something that was walking with us, and I kept hearing it and hearing it. I'm like, what is going on here? And the dogs are getting a little edgy. And they kept stopping and looking and everything. And we just kept walking and kept walking. Lauren was probably 30 feet ahead of me, and it was walking next to me. And I decided to do one of them things is I'm in mid-stride. I just stopped. And it took a couple extra steps, like it wasn't anticipating me doing it. And it was quiet. I mean, I couldn't tell how heavy it was or if it was on 4 or 2 feet. I couldn't tell you. But as soon as I picked up and started moving again, it started tracking me again, but it was a little bit behind me now. Now, instead of being like directly at my 3:00 on my hard right here, no, it was a little bit more behind me. And so what I was thinking it is doing is it learned that I'm onto it. Now, I didn't smell anything. I didn't really hear anything, but there was something there. And we went further down along this field, and we got to this one point where there was some crazy thick brush. And the dogs, they stopped and kept looking. They'd walk a couple extra feet or so and stop or start looking again. It was getting them on edge. And I told Lauren, I said, we're getting tracked by something. I said, I thought, maybe a deer or something like that or whatever, but, trying to play it off a little bit. But, yeah, there was something there that was following us, and I would catch stuff through the brush what I could. I could see like the darker brown and the grayish type outline here and there, but it was so thick I couldn't get a definite a hard visual on it. We'll say that. So I didn't see a face or anything like that, but definitely something in there. And I'm thinking what's happening is up here, at least, I'm thinking this is possibly for the flesh and blood ones. This is possibly their breeding season.
Wow. I was
because
go ahead.
I had never felt, like I said, I've never felt this type of energy from any of these areas in quite a long time. And quick change of subject here. I see that video that you just played, which I've seen that one before, I think. The Hocking Hill there down in Ohio. Yeah, I went down there and I had the feeling I was being watched too, and it wasn't the people that were around me. And then we were close to where the parks are, and there was something at night that was attempting to hoot like an owl. It was not an owl. I know that because you know
Really?
we got them around. We got them around here. I'm like, yeah, good try, buddy, but I'll stay in the cabin tonight. But
Wow.
yeah, it's really. I think tis the season for them to get their little freak on. So
I agree with you.
and there was something here the other night around the house that had this weird god awful smell, and I've never smelled it before. It was kind of like a cross between hot garbage and blood. Would be
No.
a way, and it stuck around for about 15-20 minutes outside, and it still has me on edge, as in I don't go too far without it even in the house. So I don't know what's out there.
Well, I want,
There's,
I want,
when I say, oh, go ahead, Eddie.
I want to ask you something. First, I want to say hello, Tina. Tina C, how are you doing?
Acknowledge me.
And I want to ask you, how many have you ever counted like how many sightings you've ever had? Like from your first one to even like recent?
I just kind of lose track. I mean, I don't, it doesn't trip me out. That's the thing is, I just, it happens. It's, just as much as it would be someone up north running into a bear. Oh, there's a bear. Yeah. And then you just go about your day. I mean, as long as I'm not getting attacked, thank God. Up here, it seems like they're pretty chill and laid back. Down south, yeah, I could understand. I wouldn't want to be wearing a fur coat living in Texas.
Yeah.
Hell with that. But one thing I do want to mention, I kind of got off a little bit in regards to the show that you just. There was another one I watched yesterday, and this is for everybody here. I would strongly encourage y'all to check this out. Jenny may want to write this down. It's from a thing here on YouTube. It's called Incredible Stories. Is the channel or whatever. And about 5-6 days ago, crazy enough, it came up on my feed yesterday. It says the Michigan Dogman is real and it's worse than we thought. I think that was the title of the story. But it's about 5-6 days ago, and it's a quick little video. I think it's probably not even 20 minutes long. But holy cow, do they getting some pretty interesting information that'll make you scratch your head and go, "Huh, okay, this is starting to make sense." And that's to everybody that listens to these stories, be it on here or BMR's channel or Texas channel, whatever. It's almost like the pieces are starting to slowly fall together, and yeah, and I raised my eyebrows and went, "Okay, I'm going to start checking some stuff," But yeah, pretty cool stuff. And thanks again for having me on. Cheers from Michigan, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well in chat.
Oh yeah, I love having you on, especially when you tell us your stories, man. And because I'm so intrigued now, over these
Right.
stories.
Yeah, if
Because
you guys come up here, man, I'll take you right to them, especially if for some reason you find a camp around here, a hotel or something like that around me.
right.
It's all of my encounters are probably within 20 minutes to a half an hour away from where I'm at right now. It's nothing. I mean, it's no big deal. So I can take you out there. Again, I can't promise anything, but you can all see where all my encounters happened.
Well, you know what? Now that you mentioned that, I am going to play another video that I think you're going to find interesting. And I'm going to put this on share. So let me share this. And I definitely want you up here because I want your take on this also.
Christine.
Very
How you
good. Hi,
doing?
Marie.
So let me share this.
Yeah, love my fellow Michiganders. Ooh, yeah. Love it.
Check this one out. Is there any sound? Did I turn the sound down again? I sure did. Let me do that. Okay.
right up close. Massive predator swims just beneath the surface, dragging a bloated cow carcass through the water. And on Navajo land in Arizona, a strange figure was caught on camera. Locals say it matches stories that go back generations. These are cryptids caught clearly on camera in 2025. Well, you wanted clear footage of a cryptid? Here it is. It's not often we get supposed Sasquatch footage.
Are you guys seeing this or no?
No,
I'm
just getting
sharing
the audio.
thing. You know what? I got the wrong part. My bad. Let me fix that. I put it on the wrong screen. There. So
This is clear and up close. Usually these videos are shot from a distance and the creature is almost impossible to make out. I know I say this almost every time I show
I need to start this over because I want you to see this is
footage of a large, broad-shouldered figure moving through the trees was captured right up close. Massive predator swims just beneath the surface, dragging a bloated cow carcass through the water. And on Navajo land in Arizona, a strange figure was caught on camera. Locals say it matches stories that go back generations. These are cryptids caught clearly on camera in 2025. Well, you wanted clear footage of a cryptid? Here it is. It's not often we get supposed Sasquatch footage this clear and up close. Usually these videos are shot from a distance and the creature is almost impossible to make out. I know I say this almost every time I show a Bigfoot video, but understand that I sift through a lot of garbage and I just don't bother putting most of these videos on
I'm sorry.
Nice.
lists like this because these videos aren't meant to put you to sleep. Although if you use them for that, I'm not offended. Close your eyes, go back to bed. Is this
Okay. I don't know if this guy for real or what do you think? Just go ahead and play it anyway. Okay.
video genuine though? I mean, how can I say for sure? I do like it, I'll say that. There's more going on here
so much
than
shaking
a
there.
monkey suit from Party City. This thing looks to have some bulk to it. There's color variation in the fur. If it is a hoax, I think it's pretty well done. Well, this is a freaky piece of footage. Not only is there a massive dead cow floating through the water, there's something under it. Gonna guess that's something.
That's a manatee.
What's an alligator?
That looks like a manatee. I'm gonna back it up. That looks like a manatee.
That looks like a
Dead cow floating through the
Yes,
water.
no.
There's something under it. Gonna guess that something was involved in the death of the cow. I mean, good lord, look at the size of this thing. There's a
Oh, that's just a gator or something.
in this river. Of course, this is a croc or a gator. I couldn't actually find where this
like a
video was
manatee,
filmed, but the thing is an absolute beast. I know.
No,
Very-
manatees don't have back feet.
Take a look at this strange photo. Picture was snapped on Navajo land between cornfields and Greasewood, Arizona. It's been making the rounds on social media lately. According to the person who shared it, her aunt snapped the picture at the end of a small canyon after hearing weird noises while tending livestock on her property. There's not much more info about it, other than claims that the creature was seen again a few days later. The family chose not to go after it. They figured it was best to just leave it alone. Wise. Apparently stories about creatures like this have been told in the area for generations though. What do you think of this one? Only explanation that I have outside of this being a genuine Sasquatch, of course, is a black bear. There are black bears in Arizona. I'm not sure if they frequent this specific area. If anyone from Arizona can enlighten me in the comments, that would be great. A video from Buenos Aires this week has gotten people talking about possible demons or something strange. Very strange. This short blurry clip that's been getting shared around quite a bit on social media, at least on the forums I check out, shows what looks like a street or garden in Argentina. Here we can see some sort of bizarre, dark
Aren't those right there? They call them rakes. 'Cause
Yeah, or
to
a pale crawler or something like that.
yeah, something like that. To me,
that looks like a human
or-
who's crawling on their feet
a crackhead.
and a dog behind it.
I'm just saying.
figure crawling on all fours toward the camera.
And look at the dog. There's dogs piling up behind them too, or animals.
while a few dogs walk around in the background. The creature seems to have very long, spindly limbs, but it's hard to see clearly because it's dark and the video quality isn't really the best. Local news says this happened in the town of Saladillo, and people living there are reportedly scared of whatever it was. Some
Obviously, they're not too scared because this guy's standing there filming it. I mean, and the dog's right behind him. Yeah, you got dogs behind him looking like, man, what the fuck is this dude doing? He's trying to be one of us.
He's just got some weird, funky
monitors and say it
extensions
has
on his arms.
inhuman agility
Yeah.
that lets it climb walls and jump between trees. A local firefighter who didn't want to give his name said that, quote, something was going on. Another witness added, he's something big. He doesn't walk on all fours, he walks backwards. He's disjointed, he comes apart, his head is upside down while his body moves in an impossible way. All of that said in Spanish. Of course, this series of photos were posted to Reddit a couple weeks back by SnakeTree1911, who wrote, I work as a land steward in the northeastern part of the US. Part of my job is reviewing images taken by our game cams. We recently pulled a cam from a fairly remote area, which hasn't been checked in a long time. These images caught my eye. None of the
Mom of an Angel said baboon. Boondock Mojo said there are some good videos from South America. I can believe that. I've yet to see them. Dashland, how are you doing?
naturalists on our staff could ID this thing. I'm not sure if I believe in cryptids or whatever, but I don't know what this thing is. It's not a deer, it certainly isn't a bobcat, and if it's a black bear, it's the biggest one I've ever seen. I included a daytime photo so you can see that it's not just some weird shaped rock or whatever. I don't know, let me know what you think. And I will pose that same question to all you fine people watching. What do you think? Did a fisherman just capture footage of the real-life gill man? Apparently a guy was fishing near Bernadette Bay in eastern New Jersey when he saw something poke its head out of the water. He had no idea what he was looking at. The more he looked at it, the thing just kept rising and rising until the whole upper half of its body was out of the water, and it was clear that this was not your ordinary animal. I mean, yikes. How'd you like to be swimming in the water with this thing? I gotta say, this creature looks pretty convincing. Definitely gives me the ick, but there are a couple fun comments that I wanna mention as well. One person says, "This is BS. If anyone saw that, they'd run, not record for 3 minutes," which, you know, fair enough. I can see where they're coming from there, but someone else responded, "It's called a stare down. The person out of fear and the frog out of confusion. Hence the term scared stiff." Also a good point, but I really just love that they called this thing a frog. And also someone else commented, "This is what happens when people stop eating frog legs." People just love calling this guy a frog. I don't know what frogs you people are looking at, but anyway. This next clip was shared by Sunny Vader on YouTube. The footage was captured by campers in Clearwater County, Alberta last month. The uploader had been tearing down their camp when they spotted this large...
Now, first of all, he's trying to hide behind a thin-ass tree like nobody's gonna see him. Can't nobody see me here.
Yeah, but it showed it going forward, and it didn't even really go for it. It went back.
Dark figure lurking in the trees nearby. He managed to quietly capture the thing on camera before it made its way
Look,
back.
can't nobody see me here.
They probably thought it was a bear at first, but after zooming in on the thing with the camera, they probably immediately changed their mind. It seems to be standing upright. Not that bears can't do that, but they usually won't for very long. It looks to me like this is a massive, hairy ape man spying on a couple hikers in the woods. On March 21st, something strange was spotted floating low over the rooftops in Saladin, Iraq, and yes, there's video of it. So as you can see, this strange object has a very odd shape. It looks like you took a flying saucer and then made it vertical. It almost looks like Boba Fett's Slave One from Star Wars. It also looks like it has these long trailing tendrils like a jellyfish, not like any drone I've ever seen. The object drifted smoothly over the buildings and a local managed to capture it on camera. The clip quickly...
That might be, I have to agree with Jen on that one. That might be a trash bag floating in the air. You know how you drive on the freeway and you see trash bags in the air? That's what that looked like to me. It's just another trash bag saying free.
One thing One thing about that one there, Eddie, is I've seen a video. I think it was earlier this year or later part of last year that someone had caught something similar to that, and it was in Iraq, but it was actually military footage, supposedly, and they were tracking it on infrared and thermal. And what would happen with it as you're following it, at certain points, say it was giving off a definite heat signature on thermals, then all of a sudden it would cool down, but they could still see it, because it would kind of like go out of phase a little bit.
Right.
And it would go cool, and then a few feet later it would warm up again. And that's what it kind of looked like. It kind of looked like that reconnaissance droid off of one of the Star Wars movies, where it had the weird tentacles things hanging off of it, and it would hover above the ground. Yeah, so there might be something to this, but yeah, it looks like a beefed up garbage bag. But to be caught in the wind and flying that even, I don't know about
it's
that.
not really, because you're right, because a grocery store bag, because I always see them little grocery store bags floating in the air, and they wave. This one is not even waving. This is
It could be
flying.
CGI though. The way it's floating though, if you really look at it, it just, I don't know. It looks fake to me.
Spread online. Just another piece of video to add to the growing list of UFO sightings this year. People who saw it described it as otherworldly and eerily silent. Some think it might be high-tech military equipment. Others think this may actually be proof of something not from this world. But what do you all think? Now, stepping away from frogmen, aliens, and Sasquatch for a moment, let's talk about some mysterious jellyfish that were spotted just a few months back. The video shows two types of jellyfish that no one's ever seen before. At least ones that haven't been documented by science. The footage comes from researchers at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA. First up is this one here. A very bizarre looking creature. It's so hard to make sense of. It's just so different from anything we see day to day here on land. Almost looks like it belongs in space. As one of the researchers said while filming the thing though, "I've never seen one of those. Have you?" And then another researcher's like, "Nope." They also captured footage of this smaller jellyfish. NOAA scientists couldn't identify this one either. Both were found during a deep sea dive off the northeastern coast of the US near Newport, Rhode Island. We see so many supposed videos of Bigfoot, but barely ever any Dogman videos. Well, that all changes today. This dashcam footage comes out of Bladensboro, North Carolina. A man drove up to his property late at night when he got the fright of his life. Some big hairy creature had been lurking just outside his home, but his headlights hit it and the thing scuttled off into the trees. Not in the most graceful manner, I must add. This Dogman is rather dainty in its movements. Does this kind of toddler hop as it moves away. It can't be too hard on Dogman though. He's not as used to being in the spotlight, always being outshined by the ever so famous Sasquatch. All that said though, I've been your host James. I'll catch you, yes you specifically, in the next video.
This one though, I don't know, babe. I mean, I got.
I was gonna say that.
This dashcam footage comes.
Oh
I
my
was gonna
goodness.
say, with the
Oh, boy.
jellyfish one, they find 400 to 500 new species a month. So it's not impossible that that is a species that they hadn't seen before,
Right.
So I'm going to chalk that up to as, yeah, it's probably a new species. I mean, if they're still to this day finding 400 to 500 new species a month, the jellyfish that jellyfish can possibly be like a mutants, or they, decided to get with another fish. We don't know, but
Right. That though, yeah, the jellyfish is one, and then this one right here, this Dogman. I mean,
It looks like costume and a person trying to run in it. Because it's all flat.
I just gotta play it again because
Hey, Eddie, I'll be right back.
yeah,
Just have
I mean,
flap in
it could
like-
be a costume. It could be.
Yeah, I mean, it was walking really funny. Like it was like somebody who had a limp. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
That
I
was
have.
his cousin playing a joke on him.
like, like he's got that crip walk.
Right, like it's like he's like the you know how costumes are so big on you they flop, you know, that's like a loose costume, you know, when he's trying to run in it and he don't know how to run in it. That's what it looks like to me. You know what I'm saying? Because most they say most dogmen are petite, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
certain and they're not like that. Like
Yeah, because that looked more like a little bear cub, which, you know.
Yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? I'm reading some of the chat. Said Everyday Treasure said looks like a Dutch oven that got away from a Dutch oven. Boondock Mojo said they keep getting reports from pilots at Lax about this. Really? Is it about
thing in the air.
that flying thing in the air?
I think it looks like a dang bag or something. It just looks like someone has it on a visible rope and it's just dangling.
He said, Eddie, you want to see a legitimate crazy trail cam photo taken on the Oklahoma Red River? Send me your email address and I'll send it to you. Yes, no problem. As a matter of fact, I will send you my email address. Ooh, I'll send you my email address right now.
I don't know. I have a tough time, you know what I'm saying, on certain videos and pictures anymore.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? If you, I'm like that too. I believe in tons of stuff because I deal with it, right? But unless I took the footage myself, I'm really skeptical about it, you know?
Uh-huh.
I've caught so many things. I caught them. I know they were there, you know? When somebody else does it, you know, I don't know. Like, unfortunately, when I had my cryptid experience, I was not doing YouTube then, you know?
Right.
I had just moved to Long Island. My kids were small. The trailer I was living in wasn't even fully renovated yet. And, you know, it was only like a week into it, and I wasn't, you know, big on grabbing cameras at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Looking back, I was like, what the hell? You're so stupid. You should have filmed it. But like I said, when you're woken up to like this crazy animal call that you never heard, and you go to the door and you see that thing, the first thing you don't think of is like, shit, I wish I, you know, like I just didn't grab the camera. But and I think that's why most of the time I think they're fake too, because you know, at those kind of sightings, the first thing you do is not, unless you're videoing already,
Right.
and then you go back and you view it and you go, holy shit, look what I caught. You're not gonna think to grab the camera when you're staring that thing down. You're just not. I don't think so. You know?
I agree with you. Because I'm trying to understand this. I mean, it's you know, I'm learning more and more now about Bigfoot. I'm really into it now. And then when it comes to Dogmen, same thing. I'm really
Right.
trying to understand this. And then when I seen that we had it in our own backyard, I never even thought to look to see if maybe there was something in Ohio. And lo and behold, there was a video about it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show another video that I
Does
just so happened to.
Dogman like a werewolf kind of thing?
Right. That's another question. That's a good question.
Um,
The-
I can only give you my experience with a deceased. I don't know what it was. I'm going to tell you that when it showed itself to me, I asked it what it was because it looked kind of like a werewolf. Okay. But I wasn't sure that werewolves really exist, right? So he's like, no, like he was trying to explain what he was, but I guess it's hard to explain to a human what you are as a cryptid, right?
Right.
Because what do you compare yourself to? It's not like he's human to be like, oh, I'm like this. He was having a terrible time. And he's like something between a wolf and a man. I'm like a mix between a wolf and a man. That was the most he could get out.
Right.
He wanted to cross, right? So I was like, okay, no problem. You can cross. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me, right? But that was the first time, like when he showed himself to me, I was like, what are you? Like, I couldn't, that's the only time, but if they're deceased, at one point they were alive.
Right.
Which brings me to another question. Are they extinct now? And really what we're seeing is their spirits,
That's a good question too. I mean,
because this one was deceased, obviously. He wanted to cross. So I'm thinking, I mean, I didn't ask him because it's hard, it's not easy to communicate with spirits. I had enough time getting out what the heck he was, which he couldn't explain. But so I'm thinking maybe they're extinct and they're just deceased, and it's their spirits and it's residual, and we're seeing their spirits that, because just like you can catch spirits on film, these beings that maybe existed before we were really, when we were just little itty bitties of people, maybe they existed and now they're extinct.
Right. So so one more video here, and this one is of Dogmen, sightings. And I believe these are caught on tape. So let me share this screen and let me know what y'all think.
Welcome back to DeadNet Studios. Prepare for 10 Dogman encounters. Will this be the time the truth is revealed? In the late 1970s, a chilling piece of evidence emerged that sent shockwaves through the paranormal community and further fueled the legend of the Michigan Dogman. The Gable film, a seemingly innocuous home movie shot on 8mm film, captured a day of winter fun that quickly turned into a nightmare. The grainy footage, with its dated hairstyles and vehicles, lulled viewers into a false sense of normalcy as people enjoyed snow vehicles and worked on a truck, while a dog ran around occasionally displaying signs of unease. The tranquility was shattered when the camera, now filming from a moving vehicle, spotted a strange creature in the snow-covered landscape. As the curious cameraman exited the vehicle to get a better view, the unthinkable happened. The creature charged at him with terrifying speed, and the camera was violently tossed around before coming to rest on its side, leaving viewers with a haunting final image and an abrupt end to the film. While skeptics claim the Gable film is nothing more than an elaborate hoax, others believe it to be genuine evidence of the Michigan Dogman's existence. Some suggest that the film's owners, fearing ridicule or worse, have chosen to deny its authenticity as a means of self-preservation. Regardless of one's beliefs, the Gable film remains a disturbing and enigmatic piece of the Dogman puzzle, forever etched into the minds of those who have witnessed its unsettling content.
Did you see how it was running?
Yeah, that video's pretty trippy. Now, I've seen something on that where people had come out and admitted, hey, we made this video and it was a hoax and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get that. But the thing that really throws me off with this thing is it could be somebody in a suit, but the speed and the agility alone, at just how quick that thing was moving and how it was on uneven terrain and ducking and weaving as it was, that really makes me question that one as far as they claiming it being a hoax, but I don't know. I would like to see more of that one, if there is any.
I'm gonna play that again.
Yeah, look how quick it moves.
As the curious cameraman exited the vehicle to get a better view, the unthinkable happened. The creature charged at him with terrifying speed, and the camera was violently tossed around before coming to rest on its side, leaving viewers with a haunting final image and an abrupt end to the film. While skeptics claim the Gable film is
Yeah, humanly, you can't really run pickup speed that quick like that on all four.
Right, and you can see how much dust it's kicking up. Right when it starts clearing, like right there. I mean, unless that's a bear.
That looks like a grizzly bear.
the creature
Possibly,
charged at him
but-
with terrifying speed,
Oh,
and the camera was violently tossed around before coming to rest on its side, leaving viewers with a haunting final image and an abrupt end to the film. While skeptics claim the Gable film is nothing more than an elaborate hoax, others believe it to be genuine evidence of the Michigan Dogman's existence. Some suggest that the film's owners, fearing ridicule or worse, have chosen to deny its authenticity as a means of self-preservation. Regardless of one's beliefs, the Gable film remains a disturbing and enigmatic piece of the Dogman puzzle. Forever.
Look what Boondock Mojo said. The way it hops sideways made me wonder if it could be real. Yeah, same here. Tina said, I think it's a bear.
It could be. Now it could be, a bear, definitely. But it, like we were talking about before, like that other one, that it could hardly walk in the costume. Well, like Keith said, to pick up that much speed in a costume, in that kind of terrain, that would be awful hard.
That's hard.
Hey, Eddie.
Uh-huh.
Eddie, if you could take this video, you just had it before this puzzle piece come up, but there was a still of that thing sitting there. Okay. Look at the damn shoulders on that thing.
Right.
I mean, even if you're going to be in a suit, because that almost looks like gorilla. I mean, with his stature, but I don't know. It's one of those things that's conveniently too grainy. However, what video is this, or what type of camera or film they were actually using on this? Is it the thing where the people said it was a hoax? Possibly. But again, I don't care if you're, a built person, a strong person, you got a clumpy suit like that running around, and then you're jumping over that little berm or whatever that is, and landing like it's rear end. You can see it's like sideways.
Right.
That would mess your body up.
Yeah, and like Mom of an Angel said, to her, it's like a wild boar. And that's my first impression when I first seen it, that it was a wild boar. Because here in Texas, we have wild boars that big that will charge at you real quick. Remember the ones we seen on the side of the road that was dead?
Yeah, they'll kill you here.
They will kill you.
Oh, yeah. My dad got chased up a tree by a wild boar once.
Yeah, and so
Massness of it, like the stunt, it looks like like the size of a grizzly bear, like the big grizzly bears, like when they get aggressive, especially during mating season.
Yeah, so
they run like that when they take off after you.
That's trippy right there.
The Gable film remains a disturbing and enigmatic piece of the Dogman puzzle, forever etched into the minds of those who have witnessed its unsettling content. In the stillness of a Michigan night in 1994, a young girl's innocent Christmas joy turned into a chilling encounter that would forever be etched in her memory. Armed with a new pair of rollerblades, the 13-year-old eagerly set out to explore the paved road that bordered her family's property, surrounded by dense woods that seemed to hold secrets of their own. As she glided along the road, the girl noticed an eerie absence of the usual sounds of nature. No birds chirped, no leaves rustled, just an unsettling stillness that hung heavy in the air. Deciding to take a moment's rest, she settled onto her stomach in the middle of the road, her eyes drawn to a rustling in the underbrush some 600 feet ahead. At first, she assumed it was a deer, but as the creature emerged from the woods, her heart began to race. Its gray-brown fur and primitive face resembled a fox or a coyote, but its size suggested something more akin to a bear. Then, in a moment that seemed to stretch into an eternity, the creature rose up on its hind legs, sniffed the air, and walked upright for 5 steps before dropping back down to all fours and disappearing into the woods on the other side of the road. Frozen in shock, the girl lay there, jaw agape, a pool of drool forming on the cement beneath her. The realization of what she had just witnessed, a creature that walked like a human but looked like a beast, sent a shiver down her spine. Snapping out of her stupor, she scrambled to her feet and raced back to the safety of her family's camp, her rollerblades carrying her as fast as they could. away from the haunting memory
You mean her carrying her rollerblades as fast as she could?
of her brush with the legendary Michigan Dogman. In 2004, the Michigan Dogman legend gained new life as reports of sightings surged, including a chilling encounter resembling the Egyptian deity Anubis. The Onaway photos emerged, depicting a creature with a man's body and a wolf's head, sparking debate among experts. Some claimed evidence of manipulation, while others insisted on their authenticity. The Dogman's mystery grew, with sightings continuing and speculation about its origins. Face-to-face encounters left an indelible mark on those who experienced them. In 2004, the Michigan Dogman remained a captivating and unsettling legend, earning its place in American folklore as a reminder of the strange and inexplicable. In the serene wilderness near Tellico Lake, East Tennessee, a hiker's backtrail camera captured a few frames of what might be a dogman on September 5, 2015. The setup, consisting of a Sony HD camera strapped to the shoulder, filmed the trail behind the hiker. The still images from the footage depict a creature that resembles the elusive cryptid known as the Dogman, sparking intrigue and speculation about the existence of this legendary being in the region. In 2020, in the Australian outback, a fisherman named John experienced a terrifying encounter that would haunt his dreams for months. The peaceful solitude of his Boxing Day kayak fishing trip was shattered by the sound of something stalking him through the dense bush, matching each stroke of his paddle with a heavy stride. Fear gripped his heart as he realized this was no ordinary animal, but a creature that defied explanation. Trembling hands fumbled for a camera, capturing a blurry image of what John believes to be a dogman, a half-human, half-canine monstrosity straight out of the nightmare. The creature's deafening roar and labored breathing echoed through the wilderness as John frantically paddled to escape, guided by an otherworldly voice warning him to flee or face certain death. Though he escaped with his life, the memory of the Australian Dogman would forever be seared into John's mind.
There's a question for you, Keith, from Andrew. He had a question for you. He said, why do you keep chasing those mother-in-laws in the woods, buddy? I'm back from the store. I got triple fresh brownie cake. I thought it was a serious question. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I want to respond, but I don't want to get you zapped on YouTube. Oh my Lord. You get the chocolate cake to dip the mother-in-laws in, but yeah, my bad. My bad.
Sorry, I just wanted to say, Mojo, he put it up in the chat, the email address.
Yeah, I sure did. I had put my email in the chat. Wait a minute. Eddie, you got the email address for me. Yeah, I had put it in the chat, but you know what? I'll put it in there again.
Chilling reminder that some legends may be more than mere myth. In a groundbreaking development, Brazilian researchers captured a stunning nighttime video of an alleged dogman in 2022. The footage, filmed using a high-powered flashlight, provides an unparalleled look at the mysterious creature. The video shows a tall bipedal figure with canine features and a muscular, fur-covered body. Leading cryptozoologists have analyzed the footage and deemed it authentic, marking a significant milestone in Dogman research. The anonymous researcher's contribution has ignited excitement within the cryptozoological community, ushering in a new era of investigation into this elusive creature. In a remarkable turn of events, a group of Brazilian adventurers captured stunning video footage of what appears to be a dogman during a nighttime expedition in 2023. The high-quality video, filmed using advanced low-light cameras, offers an unparalleled glimpse into the world of this enigmatic creature. The footage shows a towering bipedal figure moving through the dense jungle with an eerie grace, its canine features and powerful fur-covered body clearly visible in the moonlight. The creature's glowing eyes and confident strides suggest a level of intelligence and self-awareness that has rarely been captured on camera before. As the video began to circulate among cryptozoological circles, experts from around the globe were quick to weigh in on its authenticity. After meticulous analysis, the consensus among the community is clear. This footage represents one of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the existence of the dogman to date. The Brazilian team behind the video has chosen to keep their identities private, but their contribution to the field of dogman research cannot be understated. This footage has reignited the passion of enthusiasts worldwide, and sparked a new wave of interest in the study of this mysterious creature. As the world of cryptozoology buzzes with excitement, one thing is certain. The Brazilian Dogman video of 2023 will go down in history as a pivotal moment in the search for proof of this elusive being's existence. In a jaw-dropping video that has taken the cryptozoological world by storm in 2023, a group of intrepid explorers in Paraguay have captured what may be the most compelling footage of a dogman to date. The video, shot from the perspective of the brave individuals who encountered the creature, shows a monstrous being lurking near a swing set in a remote location. Upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that the creature is no mere trick of the light or a product of clever editing. The dogman appears to be interacting with the swing set, its massive hand, or paw, moving one of the swings with an almost playful intent. What makes this footage truly remarkable is the sheer size of the beast. Even while hunched over, it seems to be nearly as tall as the swing set itself, which typically stands at an impressive 8 feet. Initial reactions to the footage were mixed, with some dismissing it as a hoax. However, as cryptozoologists and dogman enthusiasts began to study the video more closely, a consensus emerged. This is a genuine creature, captured on camera in its natural habitat. The attention to detail, such as the creature's hunched posture, which aligns with numerous eyewitness reports, lends further credence to the video's authenticity. The brevity of the footage leaves us yearning for more, but it is easy to understand why the cameraman might have had to make a hasty retreat in the face of such an imposing and potentially dangerous being. Despite its short duration, this video from Paraguay has already become a landmark in the study of Dogman phenomenon in 2023, providing researchers and enthusiasts with a tantalizing glimpse into the world of this elusive and mysterious creature. As the cryptozoological community continues to analyze and discuss this groundbreaking footage, one thing is certain: the hunt for the dogman has reached a new level of intensity in 2023, and the world watches with bated breath to see what further revelations may come to light in the wake of this astonishing discovery. In a spine-chilling tale that has sent shockwaves through the town of Lyons, Wisconsin in 2023, local resident Ron Rice has come forward with a harrowing account of not one, but 2 encounters with the infamous Beast of Bray Road. The sightings, which occurred just 2 weeks apart, have reignited interest in the legendary creature and prompted a new wave of speculation among cryptozoologists and enthusiasts alike. Rice, a Lake Geneva resident who frequently travels to Lyons for work, was going about his routine of dropping off fertilizer at a farm on Highway 36 when he first laid eyes on the beast. It was broad daylight, and Rice was sitting in his truck when a figure in the distance, some 150 feet away, caught his attention. What he saw defied belief. A massive, brown, hairy creature, standing over 7 feet tall, emerged from the dense woods, picked something up, and then quickly retreated back into the foliage. 2 weeks later, as if to confirm that his initial sighting was no mere trick of the mind, Rice encountered the beast again in the very same location. Once more, the creature emerged from the woods, only to vanish moments later, leaving Rice stunned and shaken. The Beast of Bray Road has long been a part of local lore, with tales of the werewolf-like creature dating back to 1936. However, it was a series of sightings in the late 1980s and early 1990s that truly cemented the beast's place in the annals of cryptozoology. Since then, sporadic sightings have continued to fuel the legend, with the most recent report prior to Rice's encounters coming in 2018, when Danny Morgan captured a blurry photograph of the creature. As news of Ron Rice's sighting spreads through the community and beyond, the town of Lyon finds itself once again at the center of a captivating mystery. Cryptozoologists and dogman enthusiasts are sure to descend upon the area, eager to uncover more evidence of the beast's existence and to delve deeper into the enduring legend of the Beast of Bray Road. In a world grappling with the challenges of a global pandemic and social unrest, tales of the supernatural and the unexplained offer a welcome respite, a chance to ponder the mysteries that lie just beyond the boundaries of our understanding. And as the story of Ron Rice's encounters with the Beast of Bray Road continues to unfold, one thing is certain: the legend of this enigmatic creature will continue to captivate the imaginations of people far and wide for years to come. In a stunning development that has sent shockwaves through the cryptozoological community, Ohio resident Richard McCandlish has captured what appears to be definitive proof of the dogman's existence. The year 2023 will undoubtedly be marked as a turning point in the history of dogman research, as McCandlish's trail cam footage provides the most compelling evidence to date of this elusive creature's presence in the Ohio wilderness. While some skeptics have been quick to dismiss the photos as a hoax, possibly inspired by the movie Dog Soldiers, their claims have been met with fierce resistance from the esteemed North American Dogman Project. The organization, which has long been at the forefront of Dogman research and is held in high regard by cryptozoologists worldwide, has thoroughly vetted McCandlish's photos and determined them to be authentic. The implications of this discovery cannot be overstated. For years, Dogman enthusiasts have been searching for irrefutable evidence of the creature's existence. And now, thanks to Richard McCandlish's diligence and the North American Dogman Project's expert analysis, that proof may finally be at hand. As the cryptozoological community buzzes with excitement and renewed vigor, one thing is certain: the Ohio Dogman can no longer be dismissed as mere legend. The hunt for further evidence of this incredible creature's presence in the region is sure to intensify, and researchers and enthusiasts alike will be watching with bated breath as this groundbreaking story continues to unfold.
Wow, that's some crazy. That one right there is crazy right there, that picture.
That's crazy.
That looks creepy. I wouldn't want to, step and foot in front of one of those.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. That's ew.
What do you think, Kate?
Oh boy. I think some of those AI pictures that they have on there, I think some of them are pretty close to some of the things I've seen. Not as scruffy, and I've never seen one snarl, show its teeth or anything like that. But yeah, I just sit there going, man, that's some pretty good AI work there. I mean, it's pretty close to some of the descriptions that I've said in the past. So, I mean, they're interesting to run across in the woods.
Gail's Variety Channel, welcome to the chat.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah, I wanted to show those because the more I keep trying to wrap my head about it, they have to be real.
Right. Now, that one of the videos, I think they said it was from Australia or something, is where it was a black colored dogman. It was kind of ducking down behind. Man, when I saw the one in 2019, it was in June. It was a dark color like that, and it was probably about 80 feet away, 80 to 100 feet away. And when I caught it moving, I looked at it real quick, and it ducked down behind a stump, and it kind of did that. But, and I'm not knocking these people's videos, fake, real, whatever the case is, but that one that was shown where it almost looked like it had a hood on, or somebody had some type of hood on. There wasn't very much definition, facial definition with that. And at some point when it moved its head, you could almost kind of see where like the hood and this part of their shoulder got exposed.
Right.
So, take that for what you will, but I was a little skeptic with that. But that one from, oh God, what was it, Brazil, where it was along that back wall, and it just darted like real quick. Yes, they move like that. That's one of the ones I like, is that one, is just how fast it moves. It's hard to tell. It almost looked like it had a squished in face.
Right.
As to the ones by me, they all tend to have, with exception to one that I've seen, they all tend to have the elongated snouts and everything. But who knows? You gotta be careful with that AI stuff anymore.
That's very true. Gail's Variety Channel said, "Nope, I ain't even leaving the house at night. I'm good."
No, that's like I said here just recently. I had that thing stinking outside, and I don't know what it was, but it's put me on edge a little bit since. And I'm not normally like that. I've been close to these things. And the closest I've been to one was in 94, January 94, and that was about 10 to 12 feet away. But whatever that we ran across here, a few nights back, and no, the smell of it made me uneasy.
As a matter of
that isn't the first time that I've smelled something like that here. It's like that weird garbage smell and blood. So
see, that's the
I
smell.
don't know what it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I didn't bother to. It woke me up out of a sleep. If that gives you, that's how strong it was. And I didn't sleep with any of the windows open. Hell, it's 30 degrees out here at night. So
yeah. Well, see, you smelled it when it was in my yard. That what I saw, I heard it. It sounded like I remember because my ex had stayed over the night because he was visiting his son, and I heard the noise and I hit him and I go, "Do you hear this?" And he goes, "Oh, it sounds like an African banshee. Go back to sleep." I'm like, "An African banshee? We're in fucking Long Island." So I jump up out of bed and I ran to the screen doors and I pull open the curtain, and this thing must have heard me pull open the curtain. I mean, thank God the doors were thick, but he just turned. I looked at him and he looked at me, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm dead," like don't let him get in to hurt the kids. And he just looked at me and ran, and my first instinct was to open the door and look for him. And by the time I got out the door, and it was fast, and I looked, he was gone. And I was like, what the frick did I just see? I had heard him once before that call that I never heard again. Once I saw him, he never came back. It was like, okay, she knows I exist now. I'm not coming back. But yeah, it was the sound. The first time I was in the kitchen, it was like, and these experiences were in the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning, both of them. I was in the kitchen getting some water, and I'm very short, unfortunately. So I heard it, and I tried to look out of the kitchen window, but because it was over the sink, and I'm short, I couldn't really see. And then, by the time I got around to the side door and looked, there was nothing there. So it was just lucky that I caught it the second time, but that shit was scary. And the sound that it made, and I was new to that area, so I, of course, at first didn't know. And I was like, do we have bears in Long Island? And everybody was laughing at me. And then I described what it looked like, and they were like, you were dreaming. And I'm like, I was most certainly not dreaming.
I'd like to respond here, Christina, when you're done, to a question I saw in chat. Okay, it was Irishland 64 is, how do you kill a dog man? You don't. Try not to. Now I said you don't. I didn't say you can't. But here's my beliefs in that is, one, what's their bone structure going to be? Obviously, if they're so strong and powerful, they got to have some pretty good armor underneath that skin. What are you carrying? Can it penetrate hard objects? Bone. Would you have a chance to pull a sidearm or a long gun and get on point if one was going to attack you? They are quick. They are silent. They have no problem being an ambush predator of some sort if need to be. But the thing is to consider also, you're going to get out there and one runs across your path and you're stuck in some woods somewhere. How many family members they got hanging around? That's the one thing you have to take into consideration. On an experience note with that, back in 2004, it was early part of 2004, I'd gotten out of work early one day. This was on a Saturday, and I had separated from the first wife at that time, and I had my belongings in my car. So I'd gotten off of work and I was going to go over to a friend's house or whatever, but I went down to this park, Eddie and Jen, that's where that sacrifice house is, that the one I showed you the video. It was actually, right. And what had happened is I went down there, and at the time there was an old ball diamond down there, and there was a DNR officer truck that was in the middle of this ball diamond. Obviously nobody's using it. But that vehicle is the only one that was there besides mine.
Right.
And the door was open, the truck was running, no DNR officer to be found. And this is approximately 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. I pulled up next to it, and I got out and I yelled, "Hello, hello, is any, anybody here?" That type of stuff. And what happened is I started hearing heavy footfall movement surrounding me. And it was coming. If I'm staring at it, dead ahead is 12 o'clock. It was covering between probably 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So it was all basically in front of me and to the direct sides. I heard all this heavy movement, and I couldn't see anything, all out, but I could see very quick movement here and there once in a while, but I couldn't really lock on to what it was. But it was big and heavy and fast, and it would almost phase out at certain points. At this time, I'm like, oh shit. Well, I had an old Mosin Nagant rifle, World War II rifle that I had in the back of my car. I'm like, man, there's something not right here. And I put 4 in the fixed clip and 1 in the chamber and drew the bayonet. And yeah, I had an M44 carbine rifle. That's what it was.
Right.
And as soon as I did that, now I'm running full metal jacket, 200 grain bullets out. It's basically equivalent to like a 30-06 hunting rifle.
Right.
And as soon as I did that and started working around, I got surrounded on everything, 360 degrees.
Right.
I was surrounded, and it was almost instantly. And I'm like, oh, hell no, there's more of them here than I have ammo.
And that's what I heard.
And I'm like, oh no. I said, screw this. I know my role. Know your role. Get your candy ass back in your vehicle and drive away. And that's what I did. I emptied out the rifle, threw it in the back of the, in the trunk, and left. But that's the thing is, can you kill one? Yeah. Or how can you kill one? I mean, it's depends on good shot placement and, velocity kills. So, but the thing is, if you shoot one, are you going to drop it instantly? Probably not. And how many of their family members are you going to piss off?
Right.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're like wolves and travel in packs.
Yeah. I've seen them solo here and there a few times, more so than not. But I have at one point, getting back into when I was telling my counters before, it was in the late July of 2004 is where we're at that old party. I had a party at a cabin down there, just down the street from that sacrifice house. And them little turds were running all over the place. I mean, how many of them there were, I don't know, because they would dart off into the woods, and then all of a sudden, a couple minutes later, it'd be something behind you. But yeah, it's just, it's better to not, F around and find out. Yeah, to find out could be quite, say you'd probably be removed from the census list at that point if they deemed it necessary.
Yeah, because Boondock Mojo said they will declare war on you.
Oh, absolutely. I had a buddy that did that. This was in high school. So this was like 93, I think it was. That was our senior year in high school. And Corey's absolute correct on that. I had one of my buddies that had, he was Scottish descent. I think that's all he was Scottish. And, he was big into the Norse religions, and he was a blacksmith and made, medieval weapons and stuff. And he thought he was going to be brave because he was a big, bad Scotsman. No knocking the Scots or anything like that. But he went out there, and it was just before we graduated high school. And he went out there and he ran across what we'd call an enforcer. And that was the one that was like a dark red color, like an Irish setter. And I know exactly, I was actually going to go out there this weekend to that exact place. But he come across out there and he was wanting to pick a fight with one. Well, he walked out there along, and he had basically a high embankment on one side and a lake on the other. That was it. And a trail. That was it. And he come around a corner, and there's one standing there biped waiting for him. And it started coming at him nice and slow, like, but he was encouraged to leave. So he made the mistake of turning around and running, and this thing come up behind him and was literally breathing down his neck to get him out of this area. It could have attacked him at any point, but what did he do? He turned around. He had like a knife or a hatchet or something like that. He turned around and slashed at this thing, and he hit it.
Mm-hmm.
He said it yelped and let out a little bit of a scream or something, and he turned around, and that was the last thing he remembered was him turning around. He woke up on the side of Livingston Road out here in Highland, basically down in a ditch. So this thing thumped him, knocked him out, or disoriented him good enough, and just basically dragged him to the side of the road. And when we got home that day or whatever, because he was moving slow in homeroom, and I said, dude, what's wrong with you? And he told me what had happened. I'm like, bullshit, Dave. And I said, whatever, dude, whatever. And he's like, yeah, look at my back. And he took his shirt off. Now he's a big boy. He was like 250, 5'7", short, and he was a stocky boy. And he took his shirt off, and on his back they weren't like ripping into the meat, but he had some pretty good bloody welts on him from just above his right shoulder blade down to his right where his left kidney would be. And each of these claw marks, it looked like somebody had taken their hand and just went down his back. He was bruised up a little bit, but in between each of those welts, it was probably a good 2 inches.
Right.
That's a big hand to thump somebody. So
yeah.
Sorry, I got off on.
No. I love listening to you.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think unless you bother them, they're not gonna bother you. I mean, that one that I saw in my yard, it could have very easily came through my glass door, if it wanted to. That's how big it was. And it didn't. We locked eyes and it went on its merry way. Like I don't think they're looking to start a fight with you unless you start a fight with them first,
Exactly, Christina. That's what they can read you. They're not dumb animals. These are not squirrels where you shoot at them with a shotgun or something during hunting season, and 5 minutes later you come back to see what you're doing. They are very, very intelligent critters. They've been around since our ancestors, or before our ancestors been here. I'm part native anyway, so they've been around at least that long. I mean, there's a reason why they've lasted as long as they have.
Yeah, I was reading Irishland. They said, I'm not going looking for these things. Hope I never run into one. I hope you don't either. I'm just curious about them because, that's how we learn. I learned so much about Bigfoot and other cryptids, but Dogmen has just got me really intrigued about it because there's more people that are seeing Dogmen than there are seeing Bigfoot. And they're just coming out of the woodwork now.
Yeah, and Corey is on point with that. I'm watching a little lag here, but Corey's saying that some are smart enough to know not to kill a human. F&A, right. That's like out there where I've seen them. It's not a rural area. There's wooded here and there, and there's a handful of parks around that are a few thousand acres apiece. But it's one of those things is you go out there and turn somebody into a gut pile and they have your tracks leading to somewhere, dogs are going to find you. Right. Law enforcement dogs, they will track you if they need to. But Corey's exactly right with that. You kill somebody out there in an area like that, you're going to have the pitchfork and torch mob coming after you, and they're smart like that.
Yeah, and Ireland also posed a good question. What are their origins? Did a dogman used to be a human? I think I asked you that before, if they were like a hybrid or something like that.
I always thought maybe a werewolf, or I don't know.
Okay, now that question is a fantastic question. Irishland 64 that asked that. I don't know if you were here when we started this show, but I will say it again. I don't know, Eddie, if you can drop that link or not, but that Incredible Stories is the name of that channel here on YouTube. And it was about 5-6 days ago, and it was the Michigan Dogman is real, and it's worse than we thought. I think that's the whole title of it. But it goes that little show that is, I think it's like 20 minutes, that actually goes into that. And I think if everybody watches that, that could be quite beneficial and answer questions that some of us can't answer, because like me, I'm not going to bullshit you. If I know, I know. If I don't, I don't. But that little segment they did, it was pretty informative, and I think that will get into it.
Yes.
And it'll
I'm sorry. That was my fault. I'm gonna put the link to what you're just talking about, Incredible Stories.
Yes, and like I said, it was about 5-6 days ago. But it's a pretty good segment. Like I said, it's like 20 minutes long. Y'all got time to watch these shows? Please watch that one. I don't know the people or anything that run it, but it answers some questions. I mean, and it's even right into things if you're watching like Texas Show or BMR Show or any of the girls or anything like that, how they talk about some of the Dogman sightings are around graveyards or old Native American burial grounds. Man, that taps right into that subject. But as far as what they are, former people, unless you're getting into some hoodoo, voodoo that you do, whatever. I mean, I don't know, but I myself personally, I don't necessarily get into too much of the werewolf, because that's how I've explained it in the past, because I didn't really know about Dogman until like 2023. All these years I've seen these things since 91. When people say, well, what have you seen? And my thing is like, man, I hate saying this, but this is how I have to explain it. And usually what I would show is like the werewolves off of that Van Helsing movie.
Thank
you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna link that. I'm gonna put that in.
Sorry, I tried to get it before you. That's the one for the actual show that he was talking about.
Oh no!
Yes, and then I see was a Mom and Angel still saying they believe they are a product of scientists. Yes, I call them GMOs. And I really believe part of that as well. History for everybody here. Hybrid experiments have been going on for frickin' 100 years at least. The Russians did it back just after World War One. Lavanov, I think the doctor's name was, but he started messing around with that in like the early 1920s up until I think the 1924, and he did some crazy experiments attempting human hybrids of that. And he was exiled from Russia at one point. So you go 100 years, Russia technology, United States technology, anything's possible nowadays, and everybody's heard about the Joe Barger incident they had up here in the Manistee National Forest, where that one climbed on the side of his tractor trailer and he dumped a couple rounds from a 45 long Colt in it.
Mm-hmm.
At virtually point blank range, and that's what 1,100 foot-pounds of energy at point blank range. He's making a mess of something. I'm talking about the assets being killed. Go ahead.
Irishland had a question for you. He said, actually, I think it was an answer more than not a question.
I missed it.
In coming in contact with, actually, it is a question. In coming in contact with the Dogman, would you treat it like you would when confronted by a wolf? I used to volunteer and work with a wolf pack. Would those skills help if confronted by a Dogman?
You know what? That's a good question. I think they're right on that. When I've run across them where I know that they saw me and I saw it, you know, especially there in '94 up until 2019, where you know I was basically waving at one, talking to it, whatever. I just treated it with respect, and you know, and thank God I've never had anything charge me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's you know I would I defend myself? Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Would I stop it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I just treat them with respect, and sure as shit, I'm not going to turn my back on one. I mean, if I got something that even comes close to advancing, uh, I'm going to back away from it. Even when I see the ones that are at a distance, like the one in 19, it was about 80 feet away or so. I still backed away a few feet before I kind of turned around, but I still I kept my head on a swivel, even, you know, and that was daytime. That was like June.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, I'm not going to go out there and push it for dominance or anything like that because, you know, becoming a dogman poo pile is not on my itinerary anytime soon.
Right.
And, you know, I'm going to give it the respect. There's a thing is you give something respect and in its way will give you respect.
And I'll let you answer that one by
Okay.
actually,
Just stated.
yeah, Irish Lynn said, one rule in working with a wolf is never eyeball them, never stare them in the eyes, for they see it as a challenge. I would agree that that would be a challenge.
I think that's any animal though.
I think if anything, when you see any animal like that, because I call them hybrids, and if you see any animal like that, don't stare them in the eye and try to
Yep.
back.
I think
That's just me though.
that's most animals. When you stare
Nathan
at
said, do the dogmen have a space connection of some kind? That's a good question. So could this dogman be of alien form?
Who knows? I mean, you know, that's, you know, not, you could claim to be an expert in this stuff, and I'm not trying to sound disrespectful, but who the hell knows what this stuff really?
Right.
Unless those people had, you know, those type of agencies, you
Right.
know, you never know. But it was kind of funny. I was thinking about that this morning. I actually had two sets of dreams where there were what appeared to be dogmen, and they were in some type of uniform, and it had something to do with UFO contact, and they were in some form of command. They actually had in this dream. I remember these two sets of dreams. Now, does that say that that's real or some type of telepathic connection? I'm not going to go that far. It's just a, you know, it's just a vivid dream. But they had some type of a dark uniform. It would have reminded me of something similar to what the Nazi SS officers would wear during World War II. It was similar to that, but it had emblems on it that was very similar to what we have now with the Space Force. And these dreams were before the Space Force was formed.
that sounds
And
like
it was weird because when I saw that, I'm like, I saw it, and it was an emblem that stuck out. They had ribbons on and bars and everything like that, but they had the emblems on their arms.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, why am I remembering this? And then, you know, a year later, here comes the Space Force or whatever. I'm like, holy shit. I've seen that emblem somewhere. And I'm not saying it is what it is,
Right.
but it was just it was a pretty cool coincidence.
That is, and you know, it makes me wonder also. First of all, I want to say hello, joyful Steph,
Acknowledge me.
and I'm gonna acknowledge Irish Lynn.
Acknowledge me.
And I wonder if by chance, I mean, we really don't know, but I wonder if Bigfoot ever seen a dog man and vice versa. Could you imagine what that encounter would be like?
A movie called
Kind of like
Wolf.
Jason versus what was that movie? Freddy
Yeah,
versus
Jason versus Freddy.
yeah, it'd be like Dogman versus
Bigfoot, yeah.
Bigfoot. You know, that would be crazy.
For a showdown.
I'd like to watch it.
Yeah, Bigfoot throws the stick, Dogman humps your leg. What? Yeah. You know, but you know, in seriousness though, there have been multiple people's theories on that stuff if they run across each other. Some say they actually work together. I mean, I'm not saying one's above the other or whatnot, but you know, I would say if they were to run across each other in the woods, these are two top of the line predators, and I don't think they would really want to test each other's fighting capabilities because you don't want to be a predator and get wounded to where you can't hunt. And I think they're smart enough to know that.
Right. And you know, another thing that you really don't hear a lot about though, is you don't hear a lot about Mothman.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool topic.
That really is. And they still have the Mothman Festival and all this stuff. And I was watching a thing about Mothman the other day, and people, again, this is another one of those things that it had to be real. You know, people seen something that flew off but was in human form. It has to be real. Too many people have seen it, but not a lot of people though on that one talk about it.
Right.
So I'll say that for another topic. I just thought I'd throw that in there because you hear so much about Bigfoot now and so much about, you know, Dogman and even Loch Ness is coming back.
Different kind of
But yeah, there's
cryptids that are coming out
that
that
are coming
never
out right.
heard
I've
of.
never
I'm
heard of
like,
before.
oh.
Like today, I didn't know about Grassman, which is Bigfoot. I didn't know that.
I didn't know they had another
They
name.
called him Grassnet, right? The only grass I knew of Grassman was the dope man that lived right down the street.
Yeah, Grassman, Ohio. I think that was I. If anybody out there in chat could correct me on this if I'm right or wrong or whatever, but I think there's been videos of audio recordings of Grassman.
Really?
Yeah, I would look into that. I think there was. I've seen something like that, and of course, you know, like the BMR crew and all them guys, they have recordings of some stuff. And man, Tex plays one. I think it was out from I think Gary Spikes. I think it was his property or something. That every time they play this, my dogs go nuts. I don't. That tells me something.
I'm gonna have to get Tex on here and ask him about the Grassman stories and see if he could play something for us.
He might know somebody, or you know, that I think it was that first video that you guys were showing there from Ohio people. I would suggest Eddie trying to. I think that's a smaller group. That's not a big, huge, hard to get a hold of group. It'd be interesting to see if you could get them on that to share their stories with it.
I told Jen that too. I said, you know what? I need to get in touch with these people and have them come up here and share their story because I would love to hear their story instead of just watching the video of them. Actually, have them come on and tell their story.
Have you by any chance? Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Have you by any chance got a hold of Harley Owens yet?
No, I haven't. I've tried and I've not gotten a hold of him.
Yeah, I know he's hard working, but I think if you can ever get him on, and if you get him on, that he'd be a good show. He'd draw a good audience. Yeah. Iris says, "Dogmen evil or are they part of nature?" My opinion, they're part of nature. And you know, you're gonna just like us, just like people. You got good souls and assholes. So, you know, I think it's a mixed bag. I mean, you'll have some that will possibly rip you to pieces and think nothing of it, or you'll have ones, you know, thank God, like the ones I've seen, and they'll let you know they're there, but you know, you respect each other's boundaries and everything's good.
Oh yeah, Boondock. We've had Tex. We love Tex.
Oh yeah, we love Tex.
We've met a couple times.
Well, yeah, a couple times we've met Tex. I'm talking right over you. You just said that.
Yeah, you should get Tex come on and talk about his Bigfoot or his Dogman Ranch stories.
I do want to. I'm gonna try sometime. I'll get in touch with Tex sometime this week and see if he can come up either next Sunday or
Yeah,
Monday.
catch him when he's not busy. Huh?
Right. Yeah, especially when he's not busy. Because I know he's been traveling. Well, he's back now. They did that Paracon. I forgot where it was at. But
That
he
was
should,
Alabama, I think.
yeah, he should be back from that by now.
I
Uh
think he's got one more night out at Dogman Ranch. He's been doing Dogman Ranch the past couple days.
oh, so that's what he's been doing, Dogman Ranch.
Yeah, that place is. He talked about trying to get me to come down there, and it's like, man, I'd love to if my legs could handle it, but man, I'd love to go down there and investigate because that stuff tends to get spicy down there. So,
Believe it.
you know,
Before we close out, any closing words, Christina? What you got going on this week?
All my normal, a Wednesday and Thursday live stream. We're gonna start something new. Danny and I are gonna go back to doing Saturdays when he comes back from Texas, because he's driving down there now to do his strongman contest. So when he comes back, we'll be doing Saturday lives too. And then I have all my normal shows. Today's Sinister Sunday went out with some crazy true Halloween stories. And I got music on Saturdays that I make for our members, and then crafting during the week.
Make sure you put your link in the chat. Everybody that's here that has a YouTube channel, do us a favor and put your links in so that everybody can come by and check out everybody. We'd love for you to do that. Really appreciate that. And I want to say a lot of y'all that had given to us and donated to us. If you haven't seen the Halloween video that we did, the money that you gave us actually went to that party for all those guys and gals with special needs. So if you have not seen that, go by, check out that video. The money that you donated to us went toward that Halloween party. So we didn't really keep none of that at all. It went to those boys and girls with special needs for our bowling group, which is called Forever Friends. And it went for the bowling alley itself. They also sponsored us, and it was a night. It was we was hoping a bigger turnout, but we kind of did it so late in the month that we was just happy for the people that did show up, that had their kids come in with special needs, come in and got some treats and stuff like that, and free bowling. So that was fantastic. And so Keith, you was one of those that had donated to us. And so I just wanted to let you know that the money you gave went toward that. I wanted you to know that personally. That was another reason.
you are more than welcome. More than welcome.
And we're going to be doing more of that because we always support our special needs community and our seniors. Because now that the Meals on Wheels has stopped, we are going to be taking up on ourselves to make some food and take them to seniors that we know and giving it to them for lunch.
Nice.
And we're just doing that for free.
Hey, Eddie, can you do me a favor here?
Yes.
If you could. Corey was asking for my email.
Yeah.
If he gets a hold of you, go ahead and send him my email if he gets a hold of you. So Corey, just get a hold of Eddie and Jen. They'll hook you up with my email and just give me a shout. I check it here and there.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely do that. I got you. So that
Thank
is
you.
no problem. I'm hoping that everybody enjoyed the show. I really do appreciate y'all being here. Irish Lynn, we'd love to have you as part of our family. All you have to do is just hit that button there and become part of our family. We really appreciate it. If y'all want to be a member, just $2 a month. I'll give you free membership. I am going to be posting. I do have a video I'm going to be posting very shortly for members only. It's a short video, but it's a thank you. And it's not just me thanking you. So it's going to be for members only. So look out for that video. And I'm going to be posting other videos for members only. Plus, I'm going to get back into regular filming
Soon as the vehicle
as soon as
gets-
our vehicle
vehicle's
gets
fixed.
fixed, because now it's down again. But that's okay, because I always say, God, where there's a will, there's a way, and we pray, and prayer works. We believe. All you do is have faith. That's what they say. And it has worked for us. So believe in him and believe in yourself. Through God, all things are possible.
And what do you got coming up?
Yeah,
Keith?
what you got coming up, Keith?
Just health stuff. I don't have a channel or anything, but I am contemplating it, trying to put something together on the YouTube. I'm about as technologically advanced as a rock. So, is what it is. I do plan on getting out in the field a little bit and doing some of that investigation down by that sacrifice house. Who knows? I might get brave enough to actually go up by that fucking house. But what I'll do, I'm getting a game plan. Is what I'll do is I'll probably video at one point, and then Lauren and maybe one of her friends from work can come out there too. Is be over my shoulder, so taking pictures as I'm taking videos.
Right. And
then maybe take some from behind us or whatever the case is. And I'm hoping this next weekend coming up, if my legs are doing better. But I'd like to get out there. It's not going to be miles into the woods. I can't do that. But if I run across anything, or I will be sure to send you guys a text and let you know. And if I catch something, we're going to have to do another show.
Yeah, definitely let us know. Yeah, and especially if you catch anything, let us know. Yes, definitely.
Place has spirits, one or two.
Right. Either that kind of spirits or the other kind of spirits. Hey,
yeah.
But hey, I'll go ahead and let everybody go. Everybody, you guys have a wonderful night. I appreciate you so much. I also want to give a shout out to all the Facebook groups that had let us post on you. Thank you so much. You are so wonderful. And like I said, if you have a channel, please put your channel link in the description, or actually even in the description box. Also put it right here in the chat so that everybody can come by and check out your channel, because that's how we try to share that love, by giving back. And if I see you and you have a channel and you're new, I will even click on there. I will not only subscribe, I will watch your video through the whole thing and make a comment on it. So again, even if you're late, that's okay. At least you came. And you can just watch it from the beginning. Especially watch the videos in the beginning. Dragon Ranger, how are you doing? Right when you hey, you can watch it right at the beginning. We still love you. It's okay. We still love you. So again,
hey, Andrew Gnomes, get your ass on this channel and tell your stories, man. Stop the BS. Stop hiding in your tractor trailer and put some words on video here. Come on.
You went on Christina's channel. You won't come on mine. I see how you are.
Take care, Corey.
I see how you are. But that's okay. We still love you anyway. Everyday Treasures, you too. You need to come up here also. So with that being said, we love you all. God bless you all. I may go live sometime in the afternoon tomorrow, so keep your notifications on. We'll do a short stream. But until then, stay blessed. Love you all. Have a great night. Keith, thank you so much for coming up. We really appreciate it. Christina, love you, sis.
Thank you, hun, for having me. Keith, nice seeing you.
Take care, Christina.
Have a great night, everybody. Good night.